Get ready at your leisure fans, because we're going to dig into the show this week as Rhea and I get a glimpse at some of the biggest off-road vehicles in the world.
Then, why are these kids having so much fun at a place called Poison Spider? We'll follow the Jorgensen family as they provide the off-road answer.
Finally, Reese gives us a hands-on experience to show how these little critters protect themselves. At Your Leisure is crawling your way right now. Okay, it may not look like it just yet, but you'll understand in a minute. Those are the biggest off-road vehicles in the world.
They truly are. Hi, everybody. I'm Rhea Rossi Booth.
And I'm Chad Booth. Welcome to At Your Leisure today.
And we are at the Rio Tinto Kennecott Bingham Canyon Mine. And if you're from Utah, I think you know what we're talking about. If you're not, get yourselves out here, because this is an amazing piece of work.
That's true. We're at the visitor's experience, which is what they now call it. And it's way different. If you haven't been out here for a number of years, it used to be like a little modular trailer, and you walk inside, they have a couple of displays. There was an old tire outside to see how big the tires were. Well, the tire's still here, but this is really interactive. And if you're looking for something to do for a day that's outdoors with the kids, this is a place to arrange to go.
Honestly, it's a marvel. It truly is. Is it one of the 7 wonders of the world? It should be like the 8th one.
It very well could be.
Amazing.
For me, this has been here my whole life, so
Yeah.
I've watched a lot of changes from the time I was a little kid, but I haven't been out here since my kids were small.
Yeah, that's when I came out too, when my little one was little, so it's amazing what they've done out here.
Well, let's find out a little bit about what the visitor experience is.
When guests get up here to the Visitor Center, what we really want to do is help them understand the scale of what we do, which is unlike anything they're going to see anywhere else. We have giant truck beds, we have giant tires that are 12.5 feet tall, we have dippers, so they can walk inside the dippers that we've actually used here in the mine before to scoop up 100 tons of material to put in our trucks that we then produce cathodes out of. So really it's about connecting people with the business. It's important for people to understand why mining's important. The minerals that we produce here every single day go into our computers, our cars, our cell phones, part of the green revolution with solar, wind turbines, and so we want to connect people with our business and help them understand why what we do is so critical to modern life. We are typically open April through October. It's a brand new experience, and so what we need people to do is go online, riotintokennecott.com, and there's a section online where they can sign up to come out and visit. And then they can be shuttled up. The shuttles run every 30 minutes, and so whether they want to stay for 30 minutes or 3 hours, they have the opportunity to do that and really explore the area. It's about giving them a new experience where they can touch the truck, they can touch the tire, they can touch the truck bed, climb inside the back of it. It's a lot of fun, and if you're a kid, young or old, and you like equipment, you like mining, you're gonna love it here.
And the bedroom could go right here. Bathroom over in that corner. There's plenty of space for the closet. Living room right here.
And the kitchen right here, we can overlook the mine.
Exactly.
Fabulous.
We are actually kind of making a joke, but we're not. This is actually the bed of one of the trucks as part of the visitor experience. It's the biggest piece of stuff here.
Yeah.
And the interesting part about it is that this actually is the footprint of one of these trucks is about the size of a house, 2,400 square feet. That's bigger than ours.
Honestly, it is. And it holds 1.1 million pounds, which is a lot of pizza if you enjoy pizza.
230 tons of stuff. So,
yeah, I know. This is amazing.
Yeah, and so when you come out for the visitor experience, you can take a look at one of these trucks and realize that they're like more than 2 stories tall, and they're 51 feet long, which is bigger than the biggest motorhome on the market.
No, this is incredible. And you said you used to drive like trucks or
tour buses. I used to bring tour buses up here when I was in college, and the old visitor center, you'd actually see some of these trucks there. And we calculated one day as we were looking at them, I was up here with another bus driver, we could both back our buses down in here and they'd fit side by side.
That's how massive these are.
That's true. Well, right now it's time for us to take away from here and head off to our travel adventure.
We're just riding down in Moab. Got the families all down here. came down to spend some family time and get out and enjoy the beautiful scenery. I think we had over 30 this trip. 3 groups from Wyoming actually, and the rest of us are all from Richfield, one from American Fork.
They call it poisonous spider because a girl got bit by a spider and she was buried up on the trail somewhere.
We'll come out to ride at Moab with anybody, anytime. We just love it down here.
We ride with the Jorgensens down to Richfield a lot.
Yeah, we love coming down here. This place has some of the best trails in the world. I'd put them up with anywhere in the world. It's hard to find something to do as a family that everybody enjoys. You know, the girls like their thing and the boys like their thing, and this is just getting together and riding side by sides is something that the whole family likes. We all love it.
Going on a laser ride?
Going on a laser ride in Moab.
It's definitely a good family hobby. All the kids like it, everybody enjoys it. It's fun to be in the outdoors.
The kids really enjoy it. We just put the car seats in the back and throw them in. It's amazing. They're just along for the ride and love it. When we started out with our first child, we just had a general put a bump seat in the middle, and we just graduated to the 4th seat with our youngest, 1.5 years, and loves every minute of it. Every time my son Trey comes out in the garage and sees it, he just wants to go for a ride. Whether it's around the block or up in the hills, he just wants to be in it.
We have a lot of the same same Pete guys coming, but we always get a couple more people each time that join us for the ride.
This is the first time we've been to Moab to do this. It's a lot more technical than what we ride around Richfield. We do lots of mountain roads and stuff.
This is rocks, lots of rocks.
Lots of rocks and sand.
Yeah.
Like a sand dunes.
It's amazing how well they go up the rocks compared to just like if you were to go up a dirt trail like the roads you go up this, it wouldn't be as easy.
Well, it actually started with my dad's parents, so actually 4th generation. So we used to go down to Coral Pink Sand Dunes for our family reunions when I was just a little kid with Grandma and Grandpa Jorgensen, and that's kind of where it started. I remember riding a little ATC 70 and a little TRX 70 out on the sand dunes, and my dad, he says that's how you know they make a good unit, because I would ride it as fast as it could go in 1st gear because I didn't know how to shift.
And I was, 5 years old. We were down in Caneville, Utah, and I was on a Honda 50 in my cowboy boots. While all my older brothers were out doing jumps and stuff, I was riding around camp. It was a good time. I have a vivid memory of that.
At first I didn't really know what was going on, so in order to stop I would just tip over. I didn't know what the brakes were, didn't know anything else, just hopped on and gripped it and ripped it, you know?
Not much has changed.
No, yeah, we've seen it go through 3-wheelers to 4-wheelers to side-by-sides, done it all.
We love Jorgensen!
Springtime is the time to buy a new Polaris. Right now, the world's best-selling off-road lineup is priced to move. Get more done with a hardworking Ranger. Chase adventure on a legendary Sportsman. Or live wide open in a high-performance RZR. Rebates up to $1,500 are available now during the Polaris Spring Sales Event.
There's a little place on a Utah map where I was raised, where my heart's at, where the sagebrush grows wild and high, and the stars come out at night. Oh, there ain't nothing like being raised in the basin with a Ute reservation, skiing starvation, that Duchesne County life.
It's Toy Hauler Month at Paris RV. Here's 5 killer 2019 deals this month. Pick up the 2019 Powerlade 1915, the 2019 Attitude 19FB, the 2019 Iconic 1913, the 2019 Sandsport 1915, or the 2019 Cruise Light 211 SSXL. All for $24,995 or $265 a month, 0 down. Lower the ramp and kick the tires.
Paris RV is Utah's #1 volume toy hauler dealer.
This week's What's New segment is brought to you by Tunex. Towing season is upon us. We could get your truck and trailer ready for towing.
Welcome back to At Your Leisure. This is Jake and I'm Kurt. We're with Slick Rock Productions. And so we had a chance to come out here and drive some vehicles on the new release with Honda, the new Talons that came out. We've been really excited to do this. And the last segment we did on the R. This time we're going to do it on the X. So the big difference between these two cars is the width of the cars and the suspension on the cars. Yep. So the R is set up a little bit more like a trophy truck. It's set up to rally. It's kind of a dune car. It's got a little bigger shock on it. It's got more travel on it. This is set up a little bit more for your trail rider, your mountain rider, a little bit more of a laid back ride. And so the shocks on these are very comparable. They're just bigger and they're a little longer on the other machine, but this has a tighter turning radius. So if you're looking at buying one of these, they are phenomenal machines. They're everything we hoped that Honda would make. But what you're going to do in your riding characteristics is really where your decision should be made. Are you a person that's going to go out in the mountains? Are you going to take tight trails? Are you going to go on narrow trails? Or are you the kind of person who's going to go to the dunes and you're going to rally and you want to hit the whoops? Because these cars are set up completely differently for that. So the X behind me here is a narrower car. It's got a little less travel in it, but it's a lot more maneuverable. Yeah. And these cars maneuver really well. The steering in them is phenomenal. The brakes are just superb in them. The drivetrain in these cars is the same. The suspension's a little bit different, but the dependability in the Honda name is just unsurpassed out there. We know that these cars are going to last a long time. We know that they're quality. We've built and drove enough cars that we know the difference between the two, and this is a quality vehicle. And so these vehicles, as soon as the aftermarket world grabs onto this, you know, the last time I saw a stock vehicle was rolling out of a showroom. Everybody adds doors and tops and light bars, but one of the cool things that Honda does here is they all come factory with a roof. They have doors on them. They have rock sliders integrated into the vehicle, which is really cool. The skid plates that are on them are actually not bad for a skid plate, which is weird for me to say because most of them are pretty chintzy. But they did a really good job designing this vehicle, building this vehicle, and it performs very well. If there is a drawback on it, we said it before and we'll say it again, they're a little bit underpowered, but it kind of makes up for it being able to shift the transmission manually. So you can go through and, you know, if you're coming down a hill, you can control your descent by choosing the gear that you want to be in. If you're driving fast, you're rallying, you're going to dip into a corner, you can choose the RPM level you want to have as you go into a hard corner so you know that you can come back out of the other side. They're really point and shoot in the manual when you're selected on manual. When you put it in automatic, you don't have to do anything. You just push on the gas, push on the brake, and drive it.
Go. If you don't know who we are, we're Slick Rock Productions. We cater to the aftermarket world, kind of take the machines from factory and see how far we can take them, what holds up on them. You can find us on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook.
If you have any questions about anything aftermarket, feel free to hit us up and we'll answer you back.
This is Kurt, I'm Jake with Slick Rock Productions, and we'll be right back with more from At Your Leisure.
Hi, I'm Nolan Stedman.
And I'm Bruce Stedman.
We have been selling motorcycles like this since 1960.
Motorcycling has been part of our family forever.
We love riding and enjoying the outdoors, everything that Utah has to offer. Riding motorcycles, snowmobiles, ATVs, and now side-by-sides. That's what we do, it's who we are.
Stedman's Recreation in Tooele. We've been proudly serving Utah's families for over 50 years.
Stedman's Recreation in Tooele. You may think it's 300 miles out there, but remember, it's only 30 back.
Wide open terrain, a full tank of gas, and someone to share it with.
perfect conditions to showcase our first ever Talon 1000R. From Honda, standing at nearly 69 inches wide, it's built for speed over rugged terrain. From rock crawl ravines to dry lake beds, dunes, and the miles of trail connecting them all. That's how life is better side by side in the all-new Talon 1000R. From Honda.
My daughter and I had just finished a run at this place called Eagle Point. It's this really cool but kind of challenging ski resort that has a real family feel to it. She was so excited because she beat me down the run. Deja vu. I saw myself as a kid out skiing my mom. It was a big moment for me. And all of a sudden it hit me. I was making the same memories for her.
Beaver County, Utah. Make it more than a vacation.
Welcome back to At Your Leisure at the Kennecott Experience. This is the visitor's experience at the Rio Tinto Kennecott Bingham Canyon Mine. That is a mouthful.
I know, it is, and this is a sight to see.
That's true. Now, we did discover something out here. Now, the mining has gone on out here for copper since the late 1800s, but Kennecott as we know it today, in an open pit mining operation, started in 1903.
The sophistication, the things that we're doing here today are unlike anything most people have ever seen. And so really getting that exposure and creating that pipeline of talent to come into our business in the future is really important for us. You know, almost anything you can imagine you can do here. You can operate a truck the size of a house. You can use a shovel that can scoop up 100 tons of material. Or you can be a mine planner. You can model the mine and how we're going to do it. So anything that you really want to do, there's an opportunity here. And we have approximately 2,000 very hardworking, committed, dedicated men and women that work here every day. And you know, our hardworking men and women are here around the clock, working, producing this to make modern life possible. And we're really proud of them. Really proud of their performance, their safety performance, and everything that they do to contribute to the lives that we all enjoy and appreciate every day. We're best known for copper, but we have a lot of other products as well. Gold, silver, molybdenum. We're able to produce sulfuric acid as a byproduct of the operation. And so it isn't just copper. Copper is one of those things that's really kind of an adhesive, if you will, for a lot of other minerals. And so we're able to pull a lot of valuable metals that are used in a lot of our life out of here every day. Well, you know, we have to be more efficient all the time, certainly. As the mine gets larger, as it gets deeper, we have to be efficient with the way that we operate the business. The key for us is really to do it safely. We have to have a safe operation. That's the first priority for us. As long as we can do it safely, we know that the production and the efficiency will come after that. We move about 500,000 tons of material every day. And so there's going to be a piece of that that's obviously going to be ore. You know, we will produce between 150 and 250 tons of refined copper every single year. So it's pretty significant. That copper is going to be used in all kinds of modern conveniences that we enjoy today. Computers, cars, cell phones, and the electrical conductivity that we use in our homes as well. So there's a growing demand for the materials that we produce here, and so we want people to come out and see it, learn about our business, and really understand why what we do is important.
Well, now you know a little bit about modern mining operations, and you know how Kyle was talking about 500,000 tons a day? Comes off the face at 120 tons a scoop.
Yeah, and we are standing in this ginormous scoop. It is incredible. I just can't believe how big everything is around here.
That's true. To relate it, you know how we're talking about how the bed of the truck would have made a nice house? This would make a really nice covered deck on the back. In fact, I wonder if they sell any of their used ones.
Don't get any ideas. He's thinking man cave.
No, I'm just thinking our back porch.
No, honey, no.
Okay. Well, right now it's time for us to leave Kennecott and head out to our trailhead adventure.
I'm Reese at your leisure at the Swaner Nature Preserve near Park City, where the kids are getting a hands-on look at how critters protect themselves.
Wilson, the Brazilian armadillo, is the kind of animal that uses armor as a defense mechanism.
And we can feel his armor that surrounds his whole body. Good job, guys. Essentially, because this exhibit is Nature's Ninjas, we focus on natural defenses, so we usually break that into venom, armor, and camouflage.
Laura Fox has brought a menagerie of animals as part of Nature's Ninjas, a traveling wildlife program from Canada, currently at the Swaner Preserve and EcoCenter at the Kimball Junction exit off I-80.
Does anybody know why Elvis is called a king snake?
No. Because he's the king of all the snakes.
He's the king of all the snakes. You are completely right. Good job.
Elvis, the California king snake, uses its banded pattern as camouflage defense tactic. It's not venomous, but the scorpion comes loaded with toxic juices. Some species are more loaded than others.
So if this guy were to sting me, it would definitely hurt, but it wouldn't kill me.
The hedgehog can curl up in a ball and lace its quills together, forming a solid shield, while the bearded dragon can inflate its beard or pouch under its lower jaw to make its head appear much larger to scare off predators. While Maddie the giant cockroach, well, who wants to mess with a cockroach? While some of the details may be lost on these preschoolers, they seem to grasp the even more basic lesson here.
My favorite thing in the world is having someone that's a little bit maybe scared of a cockroach or scared of a snake, and I can slowly walk them through it and get them a little bit more comfortable and kind of change that fear to respect. And I think it's super important for people to meet animals, be able to touch them, learn about them, and actually seeing them, it gives one more level of respect.
Even the youngest pick up the respect idea quickly and touch the animals only as they are told and only if they want to.
Do you want to touch them? And if you don't want to touch anything today, just say no thank you, give me a shake of the head.
What did you like the most?
The tortoise.
The tortoise?
Why?
Because he was so sly.
You got to touch him? What did that feel like?
Like a rock.
Parents and grandparents see the value of the program.
Oh, lots of great education and appreciation for the environment and how we have to take care of the habitat so that we can protect it for the animals and all of us that live on this earth.
The Swaner Preserve includes this nature education center and protects forever 1,200 acres of wetlands and wildlife habitat that occasionally draws some huge visitors in the heart of the rapidly growing Park City area.
We do education programs, we have summer camps, field trips, we also do adult education programs, so we do lectures, we go out on walks on the preserve, and we do guided snowshoe tours. And then we have a traveling exhibit program here in the EcoCenter, so we bring in traveling exhibits from all over the place. And the one that we have right now is called Nature's Ninjas.
Nature's Ninjas runs Wednesdays through Sunday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. through April 28th. Admission is $9 for adults and $5 for children 3 to 12. It's great for kids, young and old.
In the future, they're going to care for the environment. They're going to care for animals, so they're going to respect the other living beings around them. And I think that's so important to learn from a young age.
Reese along the way at the Swaner Preserve and EcoCenter near Park City.
Wide open terrain, a full tank of gas, and someone to share it with. Perfect conditions to showcase our first ever Talon 1000R. From Honda, standing at nearly 69 inches wide, it's built for speed over rugged terrain. From rock crawl ravines to dry lake beds, dunes, and the miles of trail connecting them all. That's how life is better side by side in the all-new Talon 1000R. From Honda.
Kawasaki Mule side-by-sides are some of the toughest machines around. Work hard or play hard. With the new Mule Pro MX, you don't have to choose. It's about having the right machine to fit the way you live. And it's about strength. The all-new Mule Pro MX, the strongest, because I said so.
It's not working, Ria. Well, welcome back to At Your Leisure. We're out here at the Kennecott Experience. This is the visitor center at the Rio Tinto Kennecott mine in Bingham Canyon. And you know how we give away stuff on the show?
Yeah.
I think we should give away a set of off-road tires.
That's right. It's only 50 grand.
Yeah, 50 grand a piece.
Per piece, yeah.
That's a little more than our usual $400 gift that we give away on the show.
I think we could do some damage on Hell's Revenge up in Moab with these babies.
I think it would take one rotation of the tire and we'd be up the top. I don't know. Anyway.
This is awesome out here.
Anyway, these are remarkable tires. This is what's on the truck. They're 12.5 feet tall.
Oh.
And look at the sidewalls, man. They are stiff. I can tell you without a doubt. Set of bead lockers there down, these things would be dynamite.
I think they need some white walls on them.
You're such a girl. You're such a girl.
These things are so cool.
We have a lot of stuff to do right now. Let's take a look at our contest winner.
This week's contest winner was submitted to us on Facebook. So congrats, Robert Anderson. You just won a $400 gift certificate to RIFAB. Visit RIFAB.com for more details. And it looks like you're also going to win a $100 gas and gift card to Eagles Landing.
Now, be sure to call us at 801-947-8888 to claim your prizes. And you'll also want to be sure to gas up your rig with the 91-octane ethanol-free fuel. That real gasoline that you can only get at Eagles Landing next time you're headed south on I-15.
Now it's time to take a look at next week's show.
Next week, Ria and I will be having 3 times the fun when we sample a new ride at the annual Tri-State OHV Jamboree in Hurricane, Utah.
Then we're following the Mortensen family out to the Little Sahara Recreation Area to find out just what it means to live the off-road lifestyle.
And the old saying goes, it's hard to soar with eagles when you're surrounded by turkeys. But is that such a bad thing? Next week, we will attend a clinic designed specifically to surround you with turkeys in time for the spring hunt.
Well, next week's show looks really good.
Yeah, Ria, take a look at this. Does that look familiar?
Something that maybe my dentist would use. It's a drill bit, right?
Yeah, I was exactly right. I always knew you had a big mouth.
Not that big.
That's true. Now, this is a drill bit that they use to drill the holes in the wall to put in the explosives that set off the charge that bring down the ore so they can do their mining operation.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's a really touchy-feely experience out here.
It really is.
It's cool.
So, the season is just beginning, and you're just in time for it, which is kind of why we're out here, to give you a preview. In the next week or two, they will be opening up the visitor center at the Rio Tinto Kennecott Bingham Canyon mine.
Yeah, and definitely grab your kids, get out here. It's a fabulous experience, and it's so educational and fun.
And outdoors.
Yeah.
So it's a quick way to get outside and enjoy a little bit of the spring sunshine.
You betcha. So until next time, you know there's adventure around every corner.
You just have to get up off the couch, get out there, and create your own adventure.
On At Your Leisure.
All right, let's see. You know what? Maybe they're going to let you push a button and blast something.
Ooh, I want to drive a truck
Drive a truck.
too.
There you go. All right, come on.